back, everybody, with another polling debate. As you can tell, it's been quite some time. Because it's very simple, everybody. Gobi woke up from his nap. He woke up, he decided let's do it again, and we're back on it, baby. Let's look at the current polls, since as it is currently October the 25th on a Friday, a sweet 2:04 p.m. and a Mountain Western time. As you can tell on the Eastern Coast, it's 5 p.m., etc., etc., etc. Now, let's begin going. First thing is first, let's talk about the amazing campaign that Gobi has been doing, even while he was asleep, everyone. Because as you can tell, we've been getting lots of, more of early person voting. And first things first, let's start off with what the map would have looked like if Gobi never ran. Which, let's just get going on that. It's easy. So first things first, all these are red states, blue states, etc., etc. And, so hold on. Let's get this going right there. Bingo, bango. Alright. Blue. Almost got that there. Alright. Boom. Boom. And boom. Okay. So, something you should know is that recently Democrats have kind of been looking like this recently. So here's all the 7 swing states, etc., etc. I think actually, according to polls or something, Trump leads here, I think in Pennsylvania, and then boom. So as you could tell, this is the current map. Allegedly. So, let me explain something first things first. This is not what the map looks like. Everyone thought it would look like this. But they're wrong. Because, thanks to Gobi, early voting indicates that Wyoming, Montana, the Dakotas, Nebraska's 3rd District, Kansas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, Missouri, Idaho, Kentucky, West Virginia, Maryland, Connecticut, Massachusetts, I'm so sorry, and New Hampshire. He's leading in all these polls, along with the 2nd District in Maine. What does this mean? Well, as you could tell, here's what the map looks like now. If we look back at what we got here, this is all the flip stuff. Oh, and yeah, South Carolina also flipped. So, as you could tell right away, major disadvantage for the Democrats and Republicans. Mostly Republicans, but actually, according to new polls, let's check out how Gobi is doing in some swing states. First things first, which everyone is surprised, is New York. New York. Why is New York doing so well for Gobi? I think it's simple because everybody knows Gobi in New York. Seriously, if you go to New York, they have banners for him, bro. It's crazy. And then, another shocking swing state is Florida. Why Florida? Because Florida loves alligators. And guess who endorsed alligators? Gobi. They love alligators there. It's perfect. Now, putting it in this stance, we need Gobi to have 270, which he's doing great already because he is already leading in New Mexico, and in another shocking twist of events, he has Hawaii very close for its money, along with Missouri. Ooh, quite embarrassing. I forgot the state's name. My memories are broken. What is that place called, everybody? Oh, wasn't that nice? MC. State terms. Yeah, you know what? It'll come to my brain. Anyways, so let's get back to it. Very close for this. Very swing state-like states right now, along with California, and Texas. All these states are gonna flip probably, and they're all very toss-up states, along with all these other swing states. Like at this point, they're just toss-up states, so might as well just put them that way. Anyways, so Gobi is also leading in polls like in Georgia, North Carolina, and in Ohio. Interestingly enough, though, Trump, along with Republicans, have a very good chance of winning in Pennsylvania. That's actually quite interesting to me, since, well, in early polls, it showed that Gobi was doing great in this state, but it might not cut out, which is totally fine. And as you can tell, Kamala also has a really good chance of winning in Nevada, which is great because, as you can tell, these are usually blue states. I know Nevada and Arizona, and all these other states are talking about usually kind of toss up, but recently, not surprised really, frankly, because different demographics and things. But moving on, Trump has a very good lead in one more state, which is in Wisconsin. Wisconsin's doing great for Trump. But something we should also know is that Gobi is doing amazing in Hawaii, so might as well just give it to him. Slightly, though. Slightly. And, we'll move all the shifting numbers and stuff right now, but, Anyways, there's still a good chance that the Kamala and the Democrats might take Colorado, which is not bad, but Gobi has Arizona in its lead strongly, which is great. We love to see it. Along with Nebraska's 2nd district. That's great. And also in Michigan, too, slight lead. And that's because Slim Shady and NNM endorsed Gobi, which, you know what? That's fantastic, frankly. And as you could tell, there might be one more state, which is Texas or California, because let's be honest, guys, Gobi doesn't need neither state. He's performing exceptionally well in these states. It's crazy because, as you can tell, it's just kind of interesting to see how in different states, like in Michigan and Arizona, New Mexico, Florida, Georgia, and North Carolina, it's doing great. And that's frankly because of how much people want a different view. Now, another state that Gobi really just needs to win is just Minnesota, along with Michigan. If he just wins these two states, they win. Because yes, Kamala might win California, and Trump might win Texas. But who cares? Gobi wins. It's an electoral blowout. Now, I'll say one thing. He really needs to keep on Hawaii. Because if Hawaii ends up getting flipped, well, it doesn't really matter. But it's good for Gobi to have it. Because, look, easy and more secure win, in my opinion. Now, let's talk about, actually how close the polls are. According to early voting, Florida, Georgia, and North Carolina are all very much, very, very leaning, while Wyoming is a likely, along with Nebraska. And that's more of a lean? Yeah. And let me just show you all the lean states right now. Which we got Minnesota, Michigan, and Ohio, all kind of like that. While New York is kind of in the lean, along with Virginia, which is kind of interesting to me because, as you can see, in actual poll numbers, you can tell that Gobi's doing exceptionally well, especially in Arizona. This is very good. And as for Kamala, not really, because they're going to barely win Nevada, along with Colorado, and it's also starting to flip for lean as well for Illinois, which is crazy. And another shocking state events is Oregon. Oregon is very much of a toss-up this time around. Obviously, I kind of think that they're going to keep it, though, due to how much the poll numbers already show that they're going to do good. So, And I think that it's very important that Gobi keeps his lead in all these states. So, you know what? I'll say this. There is a lot of states that he needs to keep under the belt in order to win. From Hawaii all the way to Minnesota. If he can keep all of these, Gobi will win. And what about Texas? Texas, kind of going the way, but surprisingly staying strong. One more thing you need to know is that these is the Republican numbers and the Democrat numbers in all these poll states. And that's because of how much Gobi is doing phenomenally. It's crazy how much you think that, you think you know someone, but no, it's doing great, And I think some very much safe states for Gobi, for sure, is gonna be Wyoming, Oklahoma, Louisiana, Kentucky, West Virginia, Maryland, and South Carolina. And you go up here, you have Massachusetts, New Hampshire, and one district in Maine, which is great already, because this is a third-party candidate. While Trump has safe states, which is Idaho, Utah, Indiana, Tennessee, Missouri, Mississippi, apologies, and Alabama, along with Alaska. These are all safe states for Trump. Obviously, there's some other states that he could try and hold on to, like Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, and Texas. These are all great. Great, fantastic. Now, for safe states, for calm on them, you only got Washington, Vermont, Delaware, and little Rhode Island right here, along with DC and 3 electoral votes in Maine. Pretty good. While Gobi has this entire thing. So overall, great time for Gobi. Keep up the momentum, buddy. You got this. 2 weeks left. Don't forget to vote. We need everyone to vote in this election. It's very, very critical that everyone votes. Vote for Gobi. We need to vote for Gobi. It's critical that we can vote for Gobi to start a new book, a new chapter in America for all of us to get snacks. And who doesn't love snacks? I love snacks. So thank you. Let's do this for Gobi. Let's have a great time. Let's do this. Let's vote. Get Gobi in office. Thank you. And I'll see you guys another time.